our understanding of what mental health is and what depression is needs to grow, and this is the thing I want to talk about. I am Lucy Sullivan. I am an animator. I did 2D animation. I also teach drawing, and I am the author and artist of the forthcoming graphic novel Barking. My work has a tendency to have a sinister aspect to it, whether I try and make it look friendly or not. And I think with my current book, I'm using that very much to my advantage. Alex is having a very bad day, probably the worst one she's ever had. She is suffering from a quite major delusion in the shape of a giant black dog that is literally hunting her down. In the process of her running from him, she finds herself confronted by the police in a position she can't really explain and is sectioned by the mental health services. That doesn't mean the dog goes away. A psychosis exists regardless, and so once she's in the hospital, so too is her black dog. And also he's brought a friend, and that is her dead friend. Grief isn't a simple thing. It's not as simple as someone's gone, I've lost them and I miss them. It's also about maybe you're not sorry necessarily that they're gone. Maybe you feel okay about it. There's complexities to grief and there's complexities to depression, and this is just about her confronting those and how she will find a way to live with that. It came about because I went through a similar experience in my 20s. Barking's not a document and it's not a self-help book. It is an allegorical story based around the experiences that I've had and other people have had of a mental health crisis. But above all, it's a story. It's hopefully an engaging, darkly funny at times. But I'm going to be using a lot of surreal imagery in order to get across how it can feel. And making comments about the mental health system, about medication, but it's entirely from my personal opinion on it. So I'm not a doctor, I'm not a specialist, I'm just someone who's been through this, and this is my story. Lots of other people have gone through a similar thing, especially young women. It's all about opening up about this, not hiding away from it anymore, because what's the point, 1 in 4 people will have a mental health crisis in their lives. So, why are we not talking about this when nearly everyone someone's going to be affected by it? I wanted to talk about it and do it by saying, this is how it felt to me, and that you're not alone and we all go through this and you're going to get out of it.